Hello and welcome to another Bald Traveler vlog. Today we're going to be talking about something that most people don't think about when they go on vacation, and that's the shoes you wear. So let's roll that intro and get started. So before I begin, I just want to let everybody know that we just adopted another dog yesterday, and it's getting its imprinting in. So we may get a visit during the video, and if we do, we'll just take it in stride and continue going. But today's topic is about shoes and the shoes that you wear while on vacation or on a trip. Shoes are often not thought about. You just take whatever you have and go. But we want to talk about the different types of shoes you should take, why you should take them, what I take, what I recommend taking. That way we have everything that you need to do. And there we go. We've got our puppy dog right here, as I expected. I can't see him on camera, but he's there. And so he'll probably come in and out while we're doing this. So anyway, getting back to the shoes. So we are talking about shoes to take and why you want to take a good pair of shoes with you. Most people are going to take probably a couple pairs of dress shoes as they're planning on going out and dressing up and going on a fancy meal or something. But you're going to be doing a lot of walking while you're on vacation, so you want to have shoes that fit well and are good for what you're going to be doing. And as we kind of go through this, I'll explain why the various pairs of shoes I take with me and the pros and cons for each of them. You'll see, at least in my shoe selection, a lot of shoes by the same brand. They are zero drop shoes, which means that they have no lift in the back. They're very flat. For me, while doing a lot of walking, I like to keep my foot flat and not actually have the heel up. For me, I think it causes less blisters, so that's the route I've taken. To start with, like most people when I go traveling, I take my everyday shoes. These are a pair of zero shoes. I'll put a link in the description. Let's see if I can figure out what brand they are. These are the Terraflex. And when I started wearing zero drop shoes, one of the things I found was that my arches were hurting after a few miles of walking, and then these shoes are my daily go-to on a trip, and I expect to walk up to 10 miles a day in them. So I wanted to have really good cushioning soles in them. They're very flexible and squishable, so if I was packing them, I could squish them all down and they come back. The next pair of shoes that I take are a pair of dress shoes. These are just a pair of Skechers that I have. These ones do have a heel on them. It's built into the shoe itself, but these have memory foam in them. So if I'm going to a nice dinner or I need to go to a museum where my tennis shoes are not going to be allowed in or seen as proper, I've got a pair of dress shoes. Again, I can throw socks and stuff in here to help take up space. They also do compress down really well. For these and also for my tennis shoes, I've put on 3 coats of waterproofer. It doesn't really change the color, but it will kind of waterproof them. So if I'm out when it's raining or something, I don't have to worry about, water coming in and getting soaked. So these are the 2 main pairs of shoes that I always travel with. And then I also always take a pair of sandals with me. At the end of the day, I like to get out of my shoes, put on a pair of sandals. If I'm going out for a casual dinner or something and not going too far, I'll put on sandals, give my feet a chance to air out. And, dry out and just kind of breathe and recover from the day. I'm a firm believer that if you let your feet breathe at the end of the day, you have less chance of getting blisters along with wearing good shoes. So these are a pair of Terraflex sandals, and what I like about these is that you can literally roll them up into a very small size or just go with them kind of flat and they go down. I actually have 2 pairs. These ones here have like no cushioning. They're just pretty much rubber right on the ground. These are the ones I normally travel with. These have a little bit of foam cushioning on them. One is the Trek, the other one is the Z Trek, I believe. And I'll have links to both of these in the description down below. The one thing I do not like about these over, say, Tova sandals that I've used in the past is that the closure for your foot is at the heel section, which means that with the Tevas, I could just put my foot in and go. With these ones, if I don't cover it, then my foot tends to slip out. So I always have to make sure it's always enclosed in the shoe. I also use these if I'm, say, staying at a hostel and I don't know about the shower. These are all nylon and rubber, so they dry out really quickly. And so I can go into the shower, do my shower. I don't have to worry about getting like athlete's foot or something from the floor, which I have gotten in high school going through the gym showers and stuff. So any place where there's communal shower, shared bathroom type of situation, some hotels in Europe and Asia, and especially hostels and stuff, I always make sure I have a pair of sandals with me. Also, if I'm out hiking and I come across a stream and I don't want to get my feet wet because I have to cross it, I'll throw on the sandals, cross the stream, and then I can just hang these off my bag. They'll dry, and then I'll throw them back in my bag and continue on. And if it's raining outside and it's moderately warm and not like spring or winter or something, I'll go ahead and sometimes slip on my sandals just to keep my shoes dry. I do prefer the thicker ones when I'm traveling. I have these simply for around the house and around the yard, or if I know I'm not going to be like using them for emergency wear or something, and I'm just going to be using them in the shower. But these do take, especially these very thin ones, take a little getting used to because you will feel every rock. If you come up to the edge of a sidewalk where it meets the road, and they've got the little bumps there for the people who are hard of seeing, so that they know they're coming up to a street, and you put your foot down on them, you will actually feel them in these ones. The other issue that I have with these is the foot on these are very flexible, and if I come up to something slightly uneven, I will pop the foot sometimes. And I've actually, on one pair of these, I've actually torn this socket out of it by doing that on a curb. I hit a curb and kind of stumbled forward and just ripped out the whole front section. While I was out one day, I was able to continue wearing the shoes for another couple hours because I was out and not at home or didn't have anything else, and they functioned fine. I had them on, I just tightened them up a little bit and they were fine. But I did go out and replace them. That's how much I feel about these shoes and their benefits. The other type of sandal that I have from them is more of a flip-flop style that I'm trying out right now. This one is here in Arizona, has been my daily driver. Again, it is a very thin. This is actually the thicker one. It does have some padding up here in the front, but not quite as much padding as this brand of sandal here. So, and again, I can wear it as a flip-flop. I just flip this up and put it in, and I can walk it as a flip-flop, and it'll go flip-flop-flop. And then when I want something more secure, I'll go ahead and put the ankle strap in. And this one here just cinches down. You just kind of put your foot around it, and then you can cinch it down. I'm not sure on these yet, but I like the design. I grew up wearing flip-flops. I like flip-flops. I'm just not sure I would take them on a trip. I think I'm still going to pack a more traditional sandal. But, these would also be very good in the shower. Again, it's nylon and plastic and rubber, so I think that would be very good. I'm interested to know in the comments, what type of shoes you go walking with or you take on vacation. Do you have a special pair of shoes? Do you have, make sure you have tennis shoes with you, or do you have like a pair of walking shoes that are more dressy? So let me know down in the comments what type of shoes you wear and why. And if you have any questions on shoe wear, please ask them in the comments, and I'll reply and give a response to everybody who's asking for information about shoes on travel. One thing to think about when wearing shoes is if you do not have a good pair of shoes or a good fitting pair of shoes, or you decide to go and wear sandals all day, which I have done, you will get blisters on the back of your feet. If you do that, you need to have something to be able to repair and prepare for that. I recommend, at a minimum, having moleskin available so that you can put it around the blister, even if it pops, and keep going, and then you're not going to continue to rub and irritate the skin. Remember, a blister is like a sore that's underneath the skin, and then the pus layer that most people pop and bring out is actually trying to protect your foot. So if at all possible, don't pop the pus, but even I pop the pus almost inevitably, either by rare or just after a couple days. I'm like, I'm just tired of this. So the other thing that I have are blister band-aids I always take with me, and I also take some antibiotic cream or Neosporin to put on them to help the healing. Because if your feet are angry with you or upset, if you've got pain in the ball of your foot because you have the wrong type of insole in your shoe and you don't have the right support, or you're trying a new type of shoe, do not try a zero drop shoe if you've always worn tennis shoes or other normal shoes. Going on vacation, spend a couple weeks getting used to the shoes. I've been getting used to these shoes for a year now, while I wait for everything to open back up after COVID-19. You do not want to take brand new shoes. You want to wear your shoes in, and it's very important that you have proper foot care and you don't anger your feet, because if you anger your feet, you're not going to want to walk, and then you're not going to want to see anything, and that kind of ruins your vacation. Especially in Europe, where almost everything is walking, or Asia, where everything is walking. In the US, you can get away with driving, but if you're going to a zoo, or if you're still going to a museum, or you're going to see something, you've got to take care of your feet while you're doing it. So I recommend making sure you have the proper shoes, multiple shoes, so that you can switch them out, and you have multiple pairs of socks to go with them. I go with merino wool socks and also some running socks that are moisture wicking, that wicks the moisture out. I can wear them multiple days without having to get them cleaned. And they're almost all of them are odor eating also. And if you want to know more about sock choice for a trip, put a comment down in the comments down below about, hey, you'd like to see a video on this, and we'll go ahead and create a video about socks. Not the most glamorous thing, but we will create the videos that you want to know about to help you plan and successfully execute your next vacation. So remember, travel boldly, and please like and subscribe this video, because that helps the YouTube algorithm and helps us get this out to more people so that more people can get this information.